Namaste friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about what might be the most important diplomatic gathering since the Cold War ended. On August 31st in Tianjin, China, three world leaders Narendra Modi, Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping quietly set in motion a shift that could end American dominance. What happened there will affect your money, your security and your future. Let's break it down. In Tianjin, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit brought together 26 nations, nearly half the world's population and one-third of its economy. For many, the highlight was the sight of Modi, Putin and Xi walking together, laughing and hugging like old friends. On the surface, just warm gestures. In reality, a calculated message to Washington. Why does this matter? Because it signals the arrival of something called RIC, Russia, India and China. The idea goes back to 1998 when Russia first suggested that Asia's three giants cooperate instead of compete. Together, they bring manufacturing power, fast growing and natural resources and the nuclear weapons. For years, it stalled, especially after India and China clashed at Galwan in 2020. But now, Trump's tariff war and sanction have done what diplomacy couldn't. They have pushed these rivals back together. Trump hit India with 50% tariffs, threatened Europe to punish India, and somehow gave China an easier pass even though it's Russia's biggest oil buyer. The result? India leaned closer to Moscow and the Beijing. Even America's own officials admit Trump's policies have trashed the US brand worldwide. So at Tianjin, the three leaders seized the moment. Xi announced a new SCO development bank, a rival to the World Bank. Putin blamed NATO for Ukraine while casting India and China as peacemakers. Modi unveiled the SCO formula: security, connectivity and opportunity, balancing India's interest while signaling independence from Western pressure. And beyond speeches, the body language told the real story. Modi and Putin arrived together, informal chats with Xi, warm chemistry. The summit ended with 24 agreements, all rejecting unilateral coercive measures, a direct swipe at Trump's tariff. So what's next? I'd say there's a 75% chance of RIC becoming a formal alliance within 18 months. Why? Because the economic incentives line up, the institutions already exist, and the US is giving them every reason to unite. India and China have cold border tensions. Russia, desperate under sanctions, needs this badly. Expect energy and payment deals by late 2025, deeper cooperation in 2026, and by 2027-2028, maybe even a formal bloc. The implications are huge. RIC alliance could challenge the dollar with alternative payment systems. It could create a tech ecosystem independent of Silicon Valley, blending China's factories, Russia's raw materials, and India's software. And in security, three nuclear power coordinating policy would offer an alternative to Western military dominance. For the West, especially Europe, this is an alarming. If RIC trades preferentially with each other and the global South, Europe risks being locked out of the fastest growing markets. The old world order is cracking. So there's the bottom line. The Tianjin summit may be remembered as the day of the post-American order began to crystallize, not with war, but with three leaders deciding they are better off together. Trump's tariffs, instead of weakening them, have accelerated multipolarity. The age of American dominance is ending faster than anyone expected. The today's breakdown, if this opened your eyes of what's really happening behind the diplomatic curtains, smash that like button, subscribe and ring the bell because the next moves in the global chess game are going to be even more dramatic. Until next time, remember, in geopolitics, the most important moves are often the ones nobody sees coming. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.